In a strip of land just twice the size of the District of Columbia, there is a place that will surely constitute one of the major challenges that will confront the new president. It is time for our final installment of Lame Duck Watch. Tonight, the ultimate quack, because it's the last chance. Israeli troops continue to withdraw from the Gaza Strip. Israeli troops continue to withdraw from the Gaza Strip after a 3-week campaign of airstrikes and ground assaults that have killed 1,300 people in an effort to clear out Hamas rockets that were being fired into Israel. One Israeli foreign ministry source told CNN that the withdrawal could be completed by the time Barack Obama was sworn in. It could be that Israel is pegging its military strategy to our political calendar and our political reality. It seems that Israel wants the new president's first Middle East task to be going after terrorism and not encouraging a ceasefire or demanding that Israel withdraw from Gaza. If so, it would make an ironic final entry in the Bush administration's foreign policy record, a foreign war that had to be completed before George Bush left Washington. Joining us now, live from Gaza City, is Richard Engel, NBC News' chief foreign correspondent. Richard, thank you, as always, for being with us tonight.
It is my pleasure. Good morning. It is just about 5 in the morning here in Gaza Strip, so I think you can hear right now behind me the call to prayer is beginning as people in this city are waking up. Most of the Israeli troops have already pulled out of Gaza. Thousands left today, and people in Gaza were out on the streets trying to make sense of what had happened. Markets were full. They got their first shipment of goods today in 3 weeks. People we spoke to hadn't been out of their homes since the offensive began.
Richard, are you able to report anything about these reports that the Israeli military, the Israeli government, is pegging the timing of this withdrawal to coincide with Obama's inauguration?
They say that it is not directly related, that it has more to do with facts on the ground, but Israel had a window to operate with the final days of the Bush administration. The timing of this was never a coincidence. And as we've talked about before, also the media plan that Israel put in effect was also very well studied. They knew that eventually reporters would get in. Israel started to allow journalists to enter the Gaza Strip just this weekend, and it was also assumed that by the time there would be a massive amount of media coverage of Gaza, news organizations would have already moved on, people would be covering events where you are in D.C., and that there wouldn't be anything to talk about.
It is remarkable that you are able to talk to us from Gaza City after so many of your initial reports with us were from the Israeli side of the border because they would not allow reporters in. Richard, I know that Hamas today was claiming victory in this fight. We know that there are PR efforts on both sides. What are you seeing in terms of the efforts by both sides to spin what happened in Gaza over the past 3 weeks?
Well, Hamas today is making a big show of it. There was a press conference in the building where I am right now with a masked Hamas gunman talking about the losses that his group has taken and the damage that Hamas inflicted on Israel. It is on the Israeli side, this was very well calculated. I spoke to a senior Israeli official about 10 days ago, and he said, look, we're going to need about 10 more days. At that stage, we'll probably allow journalists to go into the Gaza Strip. There'll be a lot of damage, but nobody will be interested anymore at that stage, and that is pretty much what happened. Israel planned for this operation for about a year and says that all of its troops should be out of the Gaza Strip by inauguration time. So this was very well studied from a media point of view, from a political point of view. Israel didn't want to have this ongoing war in place for the next administration. There are many people in the Israeli government who are concerned that Obama will not give Israel the same kind of free hand to operate militarily in the Middle East as the Bush administration gave Israel.